40 Below Fruity. The last you guys heard of my personal living situation with my dog and my boyfriend. We were living in a 24-foot travel trailer that we had eco-renovated, and it was quite the experience. So I just wanted to give you guys a bit of an update on where we're at. We are not living in the trailer anymore. We had this grand idea that we were gonna tough it out, that 24-foot travel trailer with like zero insulation was gonna be just fine for our cold winters in Canada. And then we ended up going up to the mountain to stay at a friend's chalet up there, and for the first time I was able to stretch my arms over my head. And it was so glorious, the feeling of being able to be inside and warm and walk more than 2 feet without bumping into something. And it really made me appreciate having space and having space to be creative and to open up yourself, because so one thing I found living in the trailer, while it was an incredible experience, as soon as it started to get cold outside and I wanted to be more indoors, warm all the time, 74 square feet of walking space for 3 beings was just not enough space. And I started to feel closed in, and I lacked creativity, and I actually felt cramped and kind of just really tense and closed in. I think living in a trailer in the summertime is an incredible experience because it teaches you how to live a minimalistic lifestyle, and it really gave us an appreciation of not buying more things and having more great experiences as opposed to having more material possessions. And that really is the goal with any kind of minimalistic living, and we are still living a minimalistic lifestyle. So we got a call from our 2 friends, Kevin and Alyssa from We Are Wildness. I interviewed them here on the channel, and they said, look, our landlords have an incredible cabin for rent on our property. You guys really need to come see it. And we came to see it, and we fell in love. This is the most beautiful property. Right behind me, we've got a beautiful flowing river that the salmon come up to spawn in every year. Got about 3 acres of just beautiful land to explore and hike, and trails all around us. And now we've come to realize that it's really important for us to have our individual space. When we lived in the trailer, we were so close together all the time that we would get on each other's nerves a little bit. And again, this is why it's so important to live in a trailer when it's warm outside, because you're really actually spending most of your time outside as opposed to being indoors all the time. So we do rent this cabin, but it's really a dream, and it's not that expensive. And I just want to say a word on minimalistic, simplistic living, because I know a lot of you are wondering, well, how can I just up and leave the city and go move to a little cabin in the wilderness? It's not as hard as you think, and you have to start with minimizing your material possessions. Because everyone thinks, because you're bombarded with advertising all the time on television, that more is better, that more is going to make you happier, that if you buy the next new gadget or the next new piece of clothing or car or house or fill in the blank, you are going to be happier. This is not true. I found that I was my happiest when I just had a backpack on and we were traveling in Australia for a year. It felt so free and alive and free of all the burdens that material possessions place on you. Actually, owning more material possessions is going to make you more unhappy, and paying off those material possessions is going to make you less wealthy. They put all these happy, smiling people in pictures that look wealthy and prestigious and beautiful and smiling. That is not how you're going to feel when you spend all of your hard-earned money on a bunch of crap you don't need to impress people that you don't even like. So buying less and having less actually frees up your time because you don't have to spend as much time working. Look, I know if you have obligations like children or a spouse, it can be difficult, but we all make our own choices, and you have to own the choice that you've made. You can simplify even if you do have children. It's teaching them that they don't need the new next gadget. It's getting them out of that whole consumerism society and bringing them back to what's important, because children really just want to explore in nature just like we do. Living a simplistic lifestyle where we own very few material possessions and live in a beautiful cabin that's just about off-grid, where we don't have a television, all we have is our computers, and at nighttime before we go to bed, we spend time brainstorming ideas, we mastermind, and we spend time together, and we find that we have a stronger relationship with ourselves and with our friends and family because we don't zone in on the idiot box and listen to other people pretend to be people they're not on a fake television show. That's not to say that we don't download Game of Thrones and do a marathon because we're a bit obsessed, but there is a time and a place for entertainment, outside entertainment, and there is a time and a place for nature, hiking, exploring, and living simplistically. So get rid of that crap you don't need, because I guarantee if you get rid of it and 6 months down the road you try to think of what you actually got rid of, you won't even remember what you had because it obviously didn't matter that much to you. Experiences are what you want to go for in life. They enrich you, they fill you with joy and happiness. When we walk outside our door, this is the view that we have straight from our cabin. This is really what life is about, appreciating the beauty of nature that surrounds us.